I wish I could see what is going on. It was the morning of the 15th of March, and over the vale of Anduin the sun was rising above the eastern shadow, and the southwest wind was blowing. Theoden lay dying on the Pelennor fields. As Frodo and Sam stood and gazed, the rim of light spread all along the line of the Ephel Duath. And then they saw a shape moving at a great speed out of the west. At first, only a black speck against the glimmering strip above the mountain tops, but growing until it plunged like a bolt into the dark canopy and passed high above them. As it went, it sent out a long, shrill cry, the voice of a Nazgul. But this cry no longer held any terror for them. It was a cry of woe and dismay, ill tidings for the Dark Tower. The Lord of the Ringwraiths had met his doom. "What did I tell you? Something's happening," cried Sam. "The war's going well," said Shagrat, "but Gorbag, he wasn't so sure, and he was right there too. Things are looking up, Mr. Frodo. Haven't you got some hope now?" "Well, no, not much, Sam," Frodo sighed. "That's away beyond the mountains. We're going east, not west. And I'm so tired. And the ring is so heavy, Sam. And I begin to see it in my mind all the time, like a great wheel of fire." Sam's quick spirits sank again at once. He looked at his master anxiously, and he took his hand. "Come, Mr. Frodo," he said. "I've got one thing I wanted, a bit of light, enough to help us, and yet I guess it's dangerous too. Try a bit further, and then we'll lie close and have a rest. But take a morsel to eat now, a bit of the elves' food. It may hearten you." Sharing a wafer of lembas and munching it as best they could with their parched mouths, Frodo and Sam plodded on.
Wow.
The light, though no more than a grey dusk, was now enough for them to see that they were deep in the valley between the mountains. It sloped up, gently northward, and at its bottom went the bed of a now dry and withered stream. Beyond its stony course, they saw a beaten path that wound its way under the feet of the westward cliffs. Had they known, they could have reached it quicker, for it was a track that left the main Morgul road at the western bridge end and went down by a long stair cut in the rock to the valley's bottom. It was used by patrols or by messengers going swiftly to lesser posts and strongholds north away between Cirith Ungol and the narrows of Eisenmouth, the iron jaws of Carach Angren. It was perilous for the hobbits to use such a path, but they needed speed, and Frodo felt that he could not face the toil of scrambling among the boulders or in the trackless glens of the Morgai. And he judged that northward was maybe the way that their hunters would least expect them to take. The road east to the plain, or the pass back westward, those they would first search most thoroughly. Only when he was well north of the tower did he mean to turn and seek for some way to take him east, on the last desperate stage of his journey. So now they crossed the stony bed and took to the Orc path, and for some time they marched along it. The cliffs at their left were overhung, and they could not be seen from above, but the path made many bends, and at each bend they gripped their sword hilts and went forward cautiously. The light grew no stronger, for Orodruin was still belching forth a great fume that, beaten upwards by the opposing airs, mounted higher and higher until it reached a region above the wind and spread in an immeasurable roof whose central pillar rose out of the shadows beyond their view. They had trudged for more than an hour when they heard a sound that brought them to a halt. Unbelievable, but unmistakable. Water trickling out of a gully on the left, so sharp and narrow that it looked as if the black cliff had been cloven by some huge axe. Water came dripping down. The last remains, maybe, of some sweet rain gathered from sunlit seas, but ill-fated to fall at last upon the walls of the black land and wander fruitless down into the dust. Here it came, out of the rock in a little falling streamlet, and flowed across the path, and turning south, ran away swiftly to be lost among the dead stones. Sam sprang towards it. "If ever I see the lady again, I will tell her," he cried. "Light and now water." Then he stopped. "Let me drink first, Mr. Frodo," he said. "All right, but..."
Feels like YouTube isn't prepared for this, because I put up both RuneScape and the game as well. But, well, you know, it's good to play 2 accounts at once. This is getting really cozy. Listen to my book I put in TTS. Bruh, bruh.
Albert pulled out a scroll that Arno cleft and hit him grievously with a baguette. "Your baguette is weak," said James menacing, pointing a finger. In the end, they took his stuff and buried him, legs sticking up hairy, in the garden. He has magical shrines, feed pictures of female orcs, and collected scrolls. One-timers is something getting used to. They gave the cash to Goad Sheffi Earlobe, Goad Sheffi Bahed like a goat, thus unintelligible. Arno visited his mercenary friend Von Vague and wife Von Valorant. In the hospital he had fought his last contract. He had taken a troll twice his size, Alpha, and wasn't even stupid. "Wow, lady, Yepsadoodle, remember when I asked if you had a sister?" They think nothing will wake him up now. Sniff. He has been